mentioned before, everything is, all the parts are black, except they're gonna kind of offset, you know, what's white. So we have our black screws that it came with. Um, yep, right there. And we have our control knobs right here. These control knobs, they have a little Allen screw on the inside, if you can see that. Yeah, see the Allen screw? Yeah, that, it's in case the knob doesn't exactly fit. If the inside of the knob is too big, then that Allen screw will hold it down onto the potentiometer, you know, shaft. Alrighty. So now for the good stuff. Here we go. The good stuff. We have our 5-way switch right there. We have our potentiometers right here. There's 4 of them that came with it, so we only need 3, so I will have 1 extra for some other project, which I already have in mind. That one's gonna be a surprise. I have some brand new orange drop capacitors. These are the, I'm pretty sure they are the 47 microfarad. Let's see. Yep, they're 2.047 microfarad 200 volt orange drop capacitors. Part number 715P. Polypropylene, brand new. So these are like the good ones. So, and they're a total upgrade from what was in there. Total upgrade. And these pots, total upgrade. It's just, it's gonna sound so much better. If you remember the sound test that I did before I even took anything apart, go back to that video if you can. You can go to my saved videos in my profile on Facebook here, and I think I labeled it the Squire Strat sound test. Take a listen to the sound test, and then you know, after I'm done putting everything in to the pick guard here, we're gonna do another sound test, and it should sound close to Dave Murray from Iron Maiden. You know, I cannot play like him. Far from it. Far from it. But here are the pickups that he uses on his Stratocaster. He doesn't play a Squire, of course. He plays I think an American Strat. But here we go. The Seymour Duncan hot rails right there. Let's see. You see? There we go. Hot rails for Strat. That's going to go in the bridge. Let's see. yes, this one's for the bridge. So it's gonna go on the bottom. And then we have the JB Junior for Strat. There we go. That's gonna go in the middle position. I'll go right there. And we have another Hot Rails. This one is for the neck. Let's see. SHR1B. Okay, bridge, middle, and this one would be for the neck. You can usually tell by the model number. It'll either have an N for neck or a B for bridge, and this one will go right up there. So we will take these out of the packages. Okay. All right. I wish I could be going out to a bar just to have a beer or something, but yeah, those days are gone. Plus, all my friends have all gone away, and well, some of them are just out of touch, and some of them actually have moved far away, you know, like across the country far away. So let's see here. Now I think with this 5-way switch, I think I could actually take a black magic marker and just color the top of the screw so it matches. I might just do that. Let's see. Or I suppose I could just get some, one of those black paint, or black nail polish. Yeah, there we go. I remember when my dad was, hunting, into his hunting years and years ago. He, can't remember what kind of bow he had, but he put a sight on the bow, and he wanted to make the little sight pins, he wanted to differentiate each sight pin for a certain distance. And I remember he used my mom's nail polish to just go over like the ball end with just a little dab of nail polish and just let it dry, and it was done. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go to Walgreens tomorrow and
pick up a little nail polish, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do we think? Is that? Maybe. We'll figure it out afterward. That's just a cheap way of doing it with a black magic marker. So, not going to solder anything up tonight. I'm just going to lay the parts in place, and then we'll do another video with the soldering. Let's see, we're 44 minutes into this video already. So, here we go. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I wanted to make sure that the back of this neck that of this pick guard was shielded, and it is. You can see it's shielded. Got to have that. Got to have that on the inside. Otherwise you get a lot of a lot of bad sounds, and it just doesn't sound good. So if you're ever doing this to your own guitar, make sure you shield the inside of the cavity, the electronic cavity, and the back of the pick guard. Because if you buy a brand new pick guard from a place, they do not always shield the back, and it's usually right around the knobs and the switches that usually have to be shielded. You got all those wires going around. So here, that looks pretty good. I think it's black screws. You can't even tell that they were done with magic marker, right? And we'll have to figure out the top, the little switch cover. Have to get maybe a black one, so that'll be all right. So how does my video look, and how is the audio? Please let me know. Do I sound like I'm echoing, or is there a lot of does it sound like I'm in a big room, and my voice is just going around and in the rooftops? How do I sound? Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So my knobs, let's see, here we go. I think I already tried this before, but here's what I'm talking about. The shaft. Okay. If the knob doesn't quite go over all the way, you can always push it down, and then you can tighten up that little set screw in there. So that'll be later. Oh. Already already came into a little problem. Oh yeah. Well, it appears that the holes for the for the for the volume and tone pots is too small on the pick guard, which means I will have to open it up. And the way we do that is we have to, I know you're probably saying drill it out, but no, not drill. We're not going to drill it. We are going to use a hand reamer, the same way that you've probably seen me do the tuners on the necks of my guitars. So I'm going to grab my hand reamer and we'll do that very quickly. That shouldn't take very long at all. So here we go. We're gonna give it a couple of turns here. And you always want to go from the rear. Okay. And then back it off a bit. Okay. Because if you go through the top, it's gonna look tapered, and you don't want that. So, let's see. Can go a little more. I could take my calipers and measure, but we'll just do this for now. Back it off a bit. Okay. Oh, that's starting to go through a bit. Okay. That's starting to go through. So a couple more turns and it should be all right. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's see. Ah, success. That is perfect right there. That is perfect. So, what I can do now is I can mark it with some tape. And I could probably just reuse the tape that I have on here from the previous job. You know, when I had to put the those tuners into the neck. Oh, geez, that was a job. Oh, I had to go all the way up to here. Whew, that took a long time. Took a long time. So, there we go. Oh, Yeah, we've got quite a ways to go there, so just give it a few turns. Yeah. And when I reach the first part of the tape, I back it off a little. Clean up the the little bits of plastic, and okay, got a little bit more to go. Couple turns, that'll do it. There we go, just like that. And perfect. Perfect. That's number 2. And if you can see the size of the holes, maybe you can. See the size of the difference in size of the holes. The one all the way on the bottom here, right here by my thumb, that's the original size hole, and I needed the other 2 larger sizes. So that's what we got to deal with when we're doing modifications. So some people might say, why do you do this? Why do you go through all that trouble, on a cheap guitar that you barely paid any money for? Why do you do that? Well, I don't look at it as a waste of money. I look at it as something new, and it's relaxing, It gives me a sense of accomplishment, to say, I can do it, and I'm gonna do it, and then by the time I know it, I did it, So, plus, it's something new to try. Let's see here. There we go. First try. All right. Maybe just a little. No, that'll be all right. Okay. So we're done with making holes bigger. Okay. And this little guide tape, I think, can get thrown out. Yeah. So, again, after I get through just placing these parts into place, I'm gonna end the video right there, and then I will go upstairs into the studio / office, and we'll upload the video to Facebook, and I'm going to also see if I can upload it to YouTube. So if anybody goes on YouTube, you can look me up under Rick Killian or Rockin' Rick. Okay. I do already have maybe 1 or 2 videos up on YouTube. So, I guess, as they all say, subscribe, like, share, get notifications, So I'm gonna be trying to do live broadcasts on YouTube, but I got to figure out how to do that though. So, okay, now if memory serves, let's see. We're not gonna need all of these pots, so we can put one back in the bag. Okay. One back in the bag. Okay, along with, okay, we have these washers and nuts. Okay, so one grip washer, one regular washer, and one nut can go back into this small little Ziploc bag. Okay. Yeah, one project that I've got coming up for probably winter is a bass amp that I picked up um, earlier this summer. It's a 100-watt Fender bass amp that brand new probably went for around $500, I would say. I'm not sure. But I picked it up used from a pawn shop for 50 bucks. Like, wow, deal. But it does need a lot of TLC, as they say. So, all right. You know, it's times like this right now that I just wish I had not a shop vac, but one of those little, personal vacs, the little cordless one, what do they call those? Um, gee, God, it's at the top of my head. I know what it looks like. It's like a cordless vacuum, little handheld, that goes zzz, They used to advertise them on TV years ago when they came out, and now they're like a household thing, People used to use them for vacuuming out their car and everything, and it's like, okay, it doesn't really do that great of a job in the house, but for little messes like this, it'd be fine. Okay, don't need our hand reamer anymore. I do want to get rid of some of this crap though. Yeah. I do believe in having a clean workspace. That is number one. Has to be number one. I mean, it just makes for a better work area, and if people are watching your videos, and they want you to do work for them, I mean, what's the first thing that they're gonna see? They're gonna see all this crap here, and they might just say, that guy is, advertising to do work. I don't want him working on my stuff, So, yeah, not a carpet sweeper, but it's like a little personal shop vac. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You can buy them at Walmart or Meijer or something. Yeah. Okay. So, I think what we're gonna do now is we're going to lift up our work mat, and we're gonna clean off our work surface here. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Clean off our work surface. Okay. All right. I know it just rained this evening, but let's see if I can go out onto my mini elevated deck. Oh, it's actually pretty nice outside. How about that? I think the next video that I do, when I solder up everything, I'm going to use my Heil Pro mic, see how that one sounds. Okay, I'm back. All right, how about our work surface now? That's better. I like that. That is much better. Okay. Alrighty, so yeah, and I like maybe I said before. No, I didn't. I didn't say this before. I don't know if these pickups actually came with the springs that I was showing you earlier, but there's two different types of springs that they use, and one almost looks like a pyramid, and the other one looks like one of those little set springs, you know, just a regular, you know, nothing special. But here they are again. You know, here